Next, the Spotlight Moment, where we highlight people and organizations making a difference in our community. In May of this year, 13-year-old Jade DeSanti had a freak mishap on the soccer field that ultimately caused her to have her left leg amputated from above the knee. The doctors told her that she would never be able to play soccer again. This was never an acceptable answer. Jade has soccer in her blood, and while Jade's determination and energy is impressive, even the best of us need some inspiration. So last month, Jade and her classmates received a special surprise, a visit from Holmes, a Paralympian who has put together 7 undefeated seasons and first won gold in the 100 meters at the 2008 Beijing Games.
In 2001, were y'all born in 2001? Here's the reason I asked you where you were born in 2001. Because in January of 2001, I was involved in a train accident. I was in Philadelphia. I had just graduated from Norfolk State University, and I had started working at Verizon, and I was a project manager. And let me go back up here for a second. I was standing on a platform in Philadelphia, 30th Street Station. My boyfriend and I, we were standing on a platform, we were headed to New York. And as I was getting ready to get on the train, I happened to be the last person to get ready to get on the train. But as I got ready to get on the train, imagine the train's coming by like this, and imagine I'm getting ready to get on the train. But as I got ready to get on this train, put my foot on the train, and get on the train, I ended up slipping and falling because the driver decided he was ready to go before I actually got all the way home. So I ended up slipping and falling, and I actually landed underneath the platform, and the train was actually crushing my leg. And I lay there for 17 minutes, trapped underneath this train for 17 minutes. And as I lay there underneath the train, I kept thinking to myself, my life can't end like this. I have so many more things to do that I want to do. I have so many more things that I believe I'm supposed to be doing. And all of a sudden, here I am, trapped underneath this train and cannot move for 17 minutes. And I laid there and kept thinking about what in the world am I going to do when I get up? How am I going to change my life? How are things going to be different? And they end up freeing me from the train. They end up taking me to the hospital. They woke me up several hours later and said, we're going to take you up to your room and see your family. And when I got up to the room and saw my family, I just kept saying to myself, what in the world happened to my leg? Because at the time I had a neck brace on, so I had no idea what happened to my leg, but I had a neck brace on. And I remember getting up to the hospital room and I saw my cousin on my left side, my mom was on my right side, and I turned to my cousin and I said, what happened to my leg? And she said, you'll be okay. I said, well, she didn't answer me and I still don't know what happened to my leg, but let's try this question one more time. What happened to my leg? And she said, you'll be okay. So I said, that still didn't answer my question about what happened to my leg. So I lift up and I looked down and all of a sudden I saw the white cast. And I didn't see my 5 little pretty left toes that used to be there. I didn't see them anymore. I turned to her and I said to her, you mean to tell me I'll never be able to run or play basketball again? And she said the exact same thing, you'll be okay. And 2 weeks later, I laid in my bed one day and the doctor that did my surgery came in and he said to me, April, I have some magazines for you. And those magazines that he gave me that day were about the Paralympics. Now mind you, I had been running track since I was 5 years old. I had gone to college on a full basketball and full track scholarship. I was an All-American running track and field in college. So that meant being an All-American in college, that meant you were one of the best in the country. So I'm sitting here, one of the best in the country, and now all of a sudden I'm missing my leg. And so when he handed me those magazines, I learned about the Paralympics, and then all the things that I learned in life just started spiraling like, I have to get this, I have to become this person. And so I laid in that hospital bed and I came up with 3 dreams for myself. Those 3 dreams were I wanted to represent the United States in the next Paralympic Games, I wanted to be the fastest in the world, and I wanted to win gold medals. They were my 3 dreams. And everywhere I go, I take this. I take this because I was in 7th grade at this school. I take this because I know, I can guarantee you that there are people in this audience, one of you all, maybe several of you all, that are going through some difficult times in life and you're like, you know what, I feel like I'm trapped underneath the train. I feel like I'm trapped and there's no way out. I feel like I don't know where I'm going to go in life. I feel like nobody listens to me. I feel like nobody's paying attention. I feel like I'm never going to make it. All these things I kept saying to myself, so I can just imagine as you all sit there that you probably say to yourself or have said to yourself at some point in time. But I'm here to tell you today that I sat right there with you in 7th grade, as you are in 7th grade. And look at me, I did never imagine losing my leg, but I have a gold medal to show for it because I worked hard and I never gave up. So some of you all are sitting here and you're faced with a difficult situation in life and maybe you're thinking about giving up. Maybe you're thinking you can't make it. Maybe you think nobody cares. Guess what? I'm assuming that every single one of these people around the side of the room are your teachers. They're here because they care about you. They don't have to be here. They could have chose any profession, but they chose to be here to make an impact on your lives. And so how many of you all have been in a situation where you wanted to give up or you thought nobody cared about you? Raise your hand. That's nearly every... Listen. You don't have to turn around to see who held their hand up. Almost everyone in this auditorium held their hand up. And so I want to tell you all again that even though times might be difficult, if you just keep working hard, if you just keep dreaming, if you still keep believing in yourself, despite the fact that nobody might believe in you, then I believe that at some point in time, you're going to hold up a gold medal in your life. You're going to graduate from college. You're going to go on to be productive citizens. The next president might be sitting in this room. But it's not going to happen if you give up on yourself. Because people are going to count you out. Plenty of people counted me out when I was in 7th grade. Plenty of people counted me out when I was in 8th grade. Plenty of people still count me out right now. But I don't let them affect my future.